there. I'm going to talk to you today about one of the things that are coming up more and more often as we're talking with clients about designing and building their beach villa here in Turks and Caicos. And one of the things that we're finding is most people are, in fact, probably 90% of people are looking at living in their beach villa, but also renting it out when they're not here. So it's their second home, but they're looking at renting it out frankly because of all the money that it's making. And we'll go through some of those numbers because it's great to see. The other thing that comes with that is people are interested because it's earning revenue. People are considering leveraging their investment, and so using a mortgage to fund the construction of their home villa. So let me just go through this. I put together a spreadsheet. I'm just going to give a case study. I think that's probably the best way to go through. Let's say you have a piece of land and you're looking at building, and your construction cost is going to be approximately $2 million. The estimated value of the home after completed, let's say, is $4 million. And you're looking at borrowing $1 million of that $2 million to as a mortgage, and that's fairly common. Typically, the banks down here, the private funders, are going to go up to a 50% loan to cost. Now, one point, a lot of our clients are from North America, Canada, the U.S. And this is not a typical conventional mortgage. In a lot of ways, these are all private lenders, typically done through their lawyer. And that there's a pro and con with that. The benefit of a private lender, it's a lot more flexible. There's things that can be done that and they don't have to be. You don't have to check the box to make sure that this loan will go through. The downside is the cost. A Canadian or U.S. mortgage might be 6%, 4%, or even less. Whereas here, we just did a mortgage, a construction mortgage for 8.5%, and it goes up from there. So that's really the key difference. And so when you specifically build for a construction mortgage, I'm just going to go through that. So, and I'm using an 8.5% rate as a construction mortgage, and then going through. Now, this is so once the home is built, we're just using a projected rate of 2,500 based on what we've seen from other clients and what they've built, and I'm using a conservative, I believe, conservative number at 60%. So you can see the revenue is over $500,000. There is some cost to that. Obviously, there's property management and if you have to pay commissions to Airbnb or Expedia or somebody like that, and then credit card fees, merchant accounts. So the total after those costs are about $328,000. As I mentioned, this is the construction and the mortgage, and so if you're borrowing, say, $1 million of that, the annual cost is going to be about 85 grand. Again, if we look at some of the property management cost, your total cost is maybe 16,000 in our hypothetical example. The annual profit is in this example is going to be over 200,000. And effectively, I want to show that in a lot of times, obviously nothing's guaranteed. A lot of times these homes will carry themselves. And so I wanted to share that with you and then also give you a sense of how the mortgage works in a construction method. So this is just an example. This is recording March 11th, 2021. Again, the total contracted amount to build the home is $2 million. What we've seen in the past, which makes a lot of sense, is for the 50% that you need for your own cash, that's the money that goes in first. So, there's different milestones that when we build, we're asking for funds. And so these are the milestones typically, and these are kind of the timelines. If we're assuming it's going to take 12 months to build, and we're going to start in 3 months, you put your cash in first. And then once you've put in the 50%, then what happens is you can use the mortgage money. And what that does is, well, number one, it gives the banker or the private lender some comfort that you've got your skin in the game first. but also it brings down your interest cost. And so, with the higher rates than conventional rates, it's probably a good idea to keep that cost as little as possible. And then you use these funds in the remaining milestone payments. So that is typically how a construction mortgage is done. Once it's done, then you can transfer your mortgage to what we call a completion mortgage. So it's done. And when you have a completion mortgage, rates are actually a little bit lower, and there's more lenders that are willing to do the completion mortgages. So you'll likely get better terms. So that's typically what happens. You use a construction mortgage to begin with, and then convert it to a completion mortgage at the end. Hopefully this is helpful. Thank you.
Hi, thanks for listening. If you like our videos, feel free to subscribe and click on that notification button so you don't miss any more. And if you like it, give a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put your comment below and we'll engage and interact with you. Happy to. Also, if you're looking at actually building your beach haven in Turks and Caicos, we have a free resource called a Project Planning Guide. So download it at the link below. Thanks again. Take care.